statistics, who makes these statistics and where they come from? You know, I don't know. So I'm just listening to Senator Lauzen. There's a few other things. Don't we all as humans, aren't we all humans, whether we down on the road, put on a badge? We're all humans regardless. So we all sin and fall short, as well as the fact that we all make mistakes. We all have past. Was Jim Doyle a bad man? No. I don't think he was a bad man, but he was a man who made mistakes in my book. You're not going to tell me that, just like when I first came in, Mr. Bill Page come over here, told me I was a piece of shit, and wanted to introduce me as the fella. I'm proud to be who I am. I love myself today, and you know what? I stand strong wherever I go, in who I am. Because I know the truth will set you free. That's how I got clean and sober. Did Jim Doyle help me? Hell yeah, he helped me. He gave me a chance, like he gave a lot of people chances that he normally probably wouldn't. I've never said Jim Doyle was a bad man, because I really only know so much about the man. I don't know about his home life, his children, the way he raises them, or anything else. He could be the greatest person in the world to other people, but that doesn't mean he was the greatest person to me. That doesn't mean he saved my life. I saved my life by admitting I was powerless over drugs and alcohol, and my life had become unmanageable. I took the first step. He was a conduit through which I made it, because normally they want to put a guy like me in prison, because I know no fear to nothing. I ain't scared of nothing. Just like I'm not scared to get up here tonight when I know probably everybody in the room's against me. That doesn't matter. The point is, a lot of times you get on a ride at Great America or Disney World, you only see half of the ride. You don't see the other half. And see, the other half is the way other people were treated in this program, the way some people were given a free ride because they were from St. Charles. At one point, I was in the program, and I was barred from Aurora, Illinois, seeing my kids and everything else. I was put in jail several times just based on the fact that I was in a bad neighborhood and was seen by one of his henchmen. Randy, Alicia, and I used to tell Jim Doyle, not Judge Doyle, that every time the best thing seeing him was leaving, not in handcuffs.
I have a question.
Go ahead, I'll give you an answer.
What was your occupation when you first got into drug court?
What's my occupation?
Yeah, how are you making money to live?
Concrete.
Were you dealing drugs?
No.
You've never dealt drugs?
Sure, of course I did. That's what got me to prison so many times. Was I dealing after I had got out? No, I wasn't dealing no drugs. But here's the thing.
So were you dealing drugs to children?
No. But
And
here's...
who did you deal drugs to?
When? Prior, no, wait a minute. Ever? I dealt drugs to anybody who buy it.
And what town?
Aurora, Chicago, Joliet, you name it. I'll tell you I did. I shot people, stabbed people, beat people up. I did everything. Under the roof. I was a bad person.
So
I don't deny my past.
In whose best interest then would it be for you to be in prison? If you ask me,
Here's the thing.
My best interest.
If it was in your best interest, that if I was still committing crimes, it would be in your best interest to have me in jail. If I was still committing crimes, but I'm not. So what's the thing? So what are you saying? That once a drug addict, always a drug addict? Or, okay, so once a criminal, always a criminal, right? So then a person like myself, according to you, should still be in jail, correct?
No, what I'm saying is, if you were seen in Aurora or with people that you definitely worked with.
Oh, so now we're guilty by association. Isn't it in the court of law, according to the state? But see, Judge Doyle would sometimes vacillate between drug court professional, judge, in accordance with what he was being told. And here's the thing, too. Last time I checked, it wasn't illegal to be in a bad neighborhood. And like I said, I am guilty of one thing, creating a bad image of myself. You know? I can't deny that. I'm not denying it now. But the point is, you know, you can treat people differently. I had a run-in with Senator Lauzen here at the White Hen Pantry, and he told me that a young boy, it may be true, he made, in his 16-year-old mind, think that Judge Doyle was the one that saved him. And for that may be true. But the point is, Judge Doyle didn't save him. Judge Doyle was sat on the bench, just like Judge Mueller, just like any other. Judge Wapner could sit on the bench. You know, the bottom line is, Judge Doyle ain't with you at 8 o'clock at night when you're having a craving to go do drugs. You do that yourself. Now, like I said, I ain't up here to... The only thing I'm telling you is that things were different for different people. Bottom line. Thanks, Tom.
To answer a couple of the questions put out on the table, first of all, the statistics come from the Court Commission. The folks who take care of those statistics. So those are very legitimate. The other, it's interesting. When I first heard the alleged charges, first of all, it was important to find out that in order to go into a court, into a drug court, people have to sign away that, that whether it's guilt or innocence, no, guilty, I've got a problem, I want to heal, I need some help. So you sign those things away. Second thing is that even with my own, well, first of all, the point is, do people make mistakes? Can you ever perfectly give treatment? Do any of us perfectly give treatment? The answer is no.
I started writing about Judge Doyle I think you had 30 participants in the drug court. Followed it for years. But I want to skip ahead, so we'll stay on the message about the JIB and how egregious this is, right? And this is one of the things that is lost with some of the newer reporters because they do not know the background here. In April of 2002, a 20-year-old by the name of Josh Sykes died of an overdose. Died in his car, and it's tragic. He was waiting to get into a program. Had been on regular probation, had turned up hot, but was still out on the street. The first article that I have here was published in the Chronicle on May 30th of 2002. Another follow-up article in the Daily Herald was on May 1st of 2002. Please keep those dates in mind, because on May 7th, my column ran. Now that's, anybody who knows me, I push deadlines to the nth degree. I had seen the same articles, I'd read the police report, so I wrote a column entitled "He Didn't Have to Die," which talked about drug court and about the sadness of having people not be able to get into rehab, not be able to get into the court. I called out of one of the people for the article, I called Jim Doyle and needed his comment on it. He made a comment, that was it. The column ran on May the 7th of 2002. I thought no more of it until February of 2006, when the charges from the JIB came out, one of which was accusing Jim of giving me inside information about an ongoing investigation. That's the type of people that you're dealing with, okay? That's what is so scary here, is that you've got that type and you have to ask yourself, what was it that they had to gain? What is it that anybody who would knock what was going on have to gain? So that's all I'm asking you. Keep these dates in mind. That's on the record. So is their bogus charge. But anytime you hear something negative about the court or Jim Doyle, ask yourself, consider the source, and wonder why would they be talking like that when you have hundreds and hundreds of success stories, families brought back together, children born because of this. That's all I ask you. Consider the source.